This is Half-Life Element 64. This is actually not, in fact, a game on the Nintendo 64. That number has been, like, incredibly associated with Nintendo 64, but it's not. What I understand about this is Half-Life if they followed the Quake formula.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated.
Chapter 1, Chapter 2. Oh, it's just like Quake. Chapter 3. That's sick.
Activated. Munition level monitoring activated. Communication interface.
Chapter 1, Quantum Entanglement. No, the difficulty options were a menu selection. Red Barney? Wait, the Desert Eagle? Wait a minute. Auto aim. No, we don't want that. No, we don't need that. That's bad. Crosshairs like really weird too. But yeah, I mean, again, the premise of this is, what if Half-Life were Doom or Quake? And they didn't do the thing that they did with it. Do that thing you do, Alden. Wait, Red Barneys? What the fuck? And they're fucking hostile? Also, no reloading. I watched a really interesting video that was actually so interesting I fell asleep. But that was the point of it. However, it kept me up longer than I expected. It was, pure nap slop. But it was about the differences between Half-Life and the Half-Life PS2 version. There's a decent amount of differences. Like, this person pointed out hundreds. Can you lessen view roll? I don't know. Is there a console? Please tell me napslop isn't an actual word people use to describe certain videos. It isn't. No, it's just my word. No flashlight, by the way. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if there's a way. Unless a chat member... Try CL roll angle 0. Okay. That did the trick. But yeah, it's Half-Life, but really, really basic. Like, just condensed into like, corridor shooting. I like it. It's neat. But the PS2 version of Half-Life has a lot of weird little changes. Like, there's, like, a lot of texture changes. There's a lot of, like, model replacements. There's, just, like, hundreds of subtle things. And there actually is a mod for the PC version, of course there is, that basically lifts the PS2 version's map entirely, and you can just play it as a mod of Half-Life on your computer. It's not really drastically different enough. Some of the layouts are a little bit different here and there. It's not drastically different enough that I would think it would warrant like its own full playthrough. But it's kind of interesting. It's like they went through the entire game and looked at some of the fucked up like texture errors and stuff, and they just they fixed it. The models are different. They did like a semi-HD version. The models are also they're different enough that some people really hate them. It's based on the Dreamcast maps, but with even more changes. The Dreamcast version didn't come out, right? Oh wait, or it did. It got canceled. What did it say? But I think one day I would like to, if I ever replay Half-Life just for the fun of it, maybe maybe I do the PS2 version mod just for fun, because it's just like almost the same exact thing anyway. So here's something this doesn't have. A map! PS2 version have a lock-on version. I believe it does. Oh. Well, I know your crosshairs just like aim to the nearest enemy that you're kind of pointing towards, but... You never finished that HL2 beta mod. I was told to wait. The devs were like, we're gonna do a better job with it. So I said, alright. Oh, there's secrets, too! Oh, shit. Okay. No. Die, evil Barney. I don't know what they did, but it's probably really fucked up. Do you think Valve are announcing something at the Game Awards? I don't think they're announcing something. I think they're announcing the thing. Ricochet, too. Music is cool. I'm kind of curious about the secrets, like what... You know, once you kind of play a game... like Quake or Doom, eventually you start figuring out, like, what the secrets could be. Or it's just Duke Nukem where you can just walk through walls. Nothing makes any sense. Everything could be a secret. Shoot a titty and open a secret room. Thanks, Duke Nukem. Also, it's a really interesting choice, like I said, for the Desert Eagle to be the pistol. It sounds better than the original pistol, that's for sure. I know some people like that original pistol sound, but... I'm okay with it. I don't love it. It's unique. That's for sure. It's shrill, but I tend to actually like the Deagle better. I think the Deagle from Opposing Force is my favorite pistol in any of the Half-Life games. It's also why I'm excited to play Half-Life Insecure, which just came out, which is more just like classic Half-Life type stuff. Also, I don't think this Deagle is as powerful as, oh god, is it the resolution kind of wrong? I think, well, it's a demo. You can see on the right, there's, some UI stuff. Has anyone made a Half-Life Metroidvania? I wouldn't be surprised. That might be a better question for certain chat members. Codename Gordon? Oh, well there you go, Mono node. Congratulations, Gordon. You now have permission to use the long boots. Gordon, we've invented a device that allows you to roll into a ball. It will break every bone in your body and turn your brain and organs into a gelatinous mush. Oh, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. I did it just last week. You know, it's actually kind of an interesting thing is HEV suit upgrades. It doesn't really, I mean, that is more of a Metroid thing. That would be very, very Metroidian if Half-Life 3 or Half-Life Cock or whatever decided to go for suit upgrades, but it kind of does make sense. It looks modular. There's also, in the world of boomer shooters, there's a couple good ones that I'm looking forward to, but one of them I got a code for is Blood. They redid the Blood game, so I think this is its like second remake for some reason. But they did Blood from the source code. I believe it's Night Dive, yeah. I kind of more want to play Blood 2. Did they remake Blood 2? Or is it let's put it this way, is it particularly playable on modern hardware? You do not want to play Blood 2? Blood 2 is not good? Oh, I thought Blood 2 was the good one. Wait, Blood 1 is the good one? Oops. Original Blood is cool. 2 bad. Oh. Well, I'm gonna definitely check that out on stream. Someone mentioned Captain Wayne. I did play a demo of Captain Wayne. It is very colorful and wacky. I know it just came out officially. That might be one of those games where I check it out like I do Blood, which is to say I just play a little bit of it. But it looks cool. So for context, the original Blood remaster from Night Dive got fucked by Atari chicanery. Lots of bugs that were fixed. Some bugs remain. It's a huge deal since Monolith, the dev behind Blood, is gone. performance grade C. It's like loosely Half-Life. I thought it was going to follow the Half-Life story, but I think what it's doing instead is just very, very loosely following the Half-Life story. And instead it's just like taking the general themes and turning them into Quake levels, basically. Do you remember there was like a mod I played of Half-Life that was like a really, really, really short version of it that you could complete extremely quickly? It's like Half-Life Truncated or something. Half Pint? Half-Life Abridged? Okay. This thing's accuracy is not great. You're thinking of TWHL Tower, the same mod you... did you submit your status report map? Maybe? I don't know, I remember playing Half-Life that was like the entire game cut down to a couple sequences. It was abridged. Alright. Did you hear about Yacht Club could go under if Mina the Hollower doesn't sell more than 100,000 copies? I read the most basic version of that. I think it was 200,000. Someone said, I mean, that's every indie. The thing is, though, when I think of Shovel Knight, I think of one of the most successful new mascots in the past 30 years, 20 years. But, if I'm not mistaken, they also gave a lot of that stuff... Like, did they give it away? Like, I think the expansions were free, right? It was like, because it was Kickstarter stuff? I don't remember if the expansions were free. I guess it was free, okay, but... And they were really good, too, it's just there's a lot of them. It really kind of, is emblematic of a very specific time in indie game history where Kickstarter was, like, the main way to get a game going. Which also... means that you're delivering, like, stuff that you promised for 10 years, like Bloodstained. So, man. Turns out you can have one of the most newly recognizable characters and be, like, a cameo in a million other games. And if your next game doesn't sell a certain amount, you're screwed. I'm gonna definitely play Mina the Hollower, though. It looks awesome. It looks like... It's like Bloodborne, Link's Awakening. I say Bloodborne only because of the vibe, the theme of the game. But they said they would want it to sell 500,000, they'd be golden even 200k they'd be good, but 100k would not be good, is basically the problem. I read something about Yacht Club also working on a 3D game. Was that... Did I hallucinate that? Oh my god, that... 3D Shovel Knight? Did they shit can it? It was cancelled? No, not yet. Shovel Knight 64 would have been the one to focus on. I agree with that entirely. I think Mina almost felt like... I don't know the scope of the game. It looks like... I think they increased the scope. And they put, like, a lot more eggs in that basket. This is my guess, and I'm usually wrong, so just don't listen to me, but... Oh, they're using this sound effect? I'm into it. My theory is this, based on the information I've learned tonight and also previously. If they did cancel or put on the back burner Shovel Knight 64, maybe they increased the scope of Mina because that game was received well and because it felt like a more doable project, and which also probably led to Mina's delays. Could be that. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think Shovel Knight 64 could work. I don't know 100% how I would... Maybe like Quest 64? The best game? No, you could do, like... You know what? The game I would kind of look towards is kind of Mega Man Legends. I would maybe use some of that for inspiration. And then figure out, like, a fun combat system. And, you know, maybe some Ocarina of Time as well. And you might have a good recipe. It's easier said than done, but that's kind of, I think, the way I would picture it. But yeah, this might need a map. Half-Life does not fuck with maps. But I never really felt like I needed one in Half-Life. The level design is just like that good. But when you have like key slop gameplay where you're sorry when you have this type of thing where you're going around collecting keys and looping back in on labyrinths, I then feel like it's probably a good idea to have easier navigation or a map. Everything is slop now. Oh yeah, no, I'm just jumping in the pool. The slop pool, I love using it now, ironically. Unfortunately, when you say something ironically enough, it starts becoming non-ironic. This game is good slop. There's also irony slop, yeah. Are you excited for Metroid? I'm not, because that would be hype slop. And that's cringe. Yeah, you did it! Maybe do like one more level. My controversial opinion about Half-Life, that I don't think is controversial really, is that the shooting was never amazing. To a small degree, I think Counter-Strike got the shooting right. It's good. It's definitely good, but it's not, like, amazing. I feel about Half-Life almost to a very, very small degree how Metroid is not really about shooting. Metroid is more about the action, exploration, adventuring. And Half-Life has a little bit of that. It's still a shooter, for sure, and it's good, but I don't think Half-Life really necessarily revolutionized shooting. I feel like by the time this game came out, it was already that was already established. But it did like everything else perfect, and the shooting was good as well. That's kind of how I feel about it. Why not Metroid tonight? You want me to, like, materialize it? I'm getting a physical copy of it. I don't want to just download it. So, you know, I couldn't walk into a store and be like, give Metroid, please! You know, and then they tell me we don't have it, or it's not out yet, you can't buy this. And I say, wait a minute, don't you know who I am? I am Vineyard Tea Vinesauce. My apologies, sir. We have one Metroid Prime 4 Beyond here for you. I wish I could do that. I used to have some spots in the city where I could, in Manhattan, where I could get some stuff early, but they stopped kind of doing that, and that is looking at that's basically a minimum of a 2-hour trek, like about 2 hours. That's like maybe a minimum of an hour and a half to potentially maybe sort of get a game early. And you can't really call, because if you're a Nintendo rep and they're like, why yes, we are selling Mario Odyssey early or Metroid Prime 4 early, then Nintendo, you know what they do? They send an ICBM to your house or to your company. They got a bunch of Saddam Scuds. Mail order Scud. But yeah, no, there was a time where I was, like, actively trying to get certain games early, but as I've gotten older, I've learned that if it's an easy thing to do, I'll try it. But otherwise, I don't mind waiting. Time goes quick. And, like, lately, every day, I feel like I'm occupied by 7 or 8 different tasks. So, you know, I'm not really at a time in my life where I could just drive or take public transport to Manhattan and just look around like I used to. I did that with Smash Brawl. I did get it a little bit early. Mario Galaxy 2, I got early. Usually, oh yeah, Smash Ultimate. However, now I'd be nervous about streaming any of that shit early. If only you had a way to become less busy. What, hire a butler? An assistant. Oh boy. I'd be really haughty-taughty if I did that. I don't know if my particular brand of tasks would be accomplished by an assistant. Only someone like Jordan Schlansky would be able to do my assistant work with a variety of tasks. Luckily for our show in Baltimore, though, we do have a couple of people that are extremely good at what they do, that are, you know, friends that are able to help out and, like, help with equipment, logistical stuff. So little by little, it's just, man, at a certain point, it just becomes really, really tough to micromanage people. And then macro-managing also has its downsides. Oh, that's the beginning of the level. Cut down on task slop, bro. Reg, do you need a job? Do you want to be my assistant? Do you think Half-Life 2 would have been better with more enemies like the bull squids and some other enemy? I think Half-Life 2 was very deliberate. Yeah, like an extra enemy or two would have been nice. But that's another game that I love playing, but not necessarily because I love the variety of enemies and weapons. There's some good ones. But I mean, there's mods for that. To say the Half-Life 2 arsenal is a bit light would be putting it lightly. But they really don't have any superfluous weapons. They just kind of have the essentials and a couple more. Gravity gun makes up for it. I agree. Yeah. And then Half-Life Alyx only had 4 weapons. So I think Half-Life 3 is going to have 1 weapon. And it will be your freaking mind. Every puzzle can be solved with a crowbar. With Valve Anal Link, you can control the gameplay using just your body. Alright, I'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look around. I got this, the hint water, because I don't really like seltzer. And I don't want to drink soda, and a lot of juice and stuff. I once in a while I like it, but it's very sugary. So what I've been doing is this flavor adjacent shit that is only like the ghost of a flavor. Water with a whiff of flavor. Like, yeah, it's basically water and it comes with smelling salts. And that's the entire drink. But it's not LaCroix. I mean, it's a lot... It's much more just water than that. A mild suggestion of flavor. The point is, they're now doing... this company is now doing, like... fucking... They're doing stuff like... seasonal. And for summer, they had this really amazing, like, vanilla one, and it was incredible. And those don't exist anymore. So that sucks. But they had these really good flavors that I actually could taste the flavor. It was noticeable. I was like, wow, this is a fucking novel concept. Something with flavor. But they did Christmas flavors, and one of them is like peppermint bark. And I was not looking forward to it because I don't really care for Christmas flavors in theory. Like, I do on their own, but in a drink? No. It's alright. Oh, just completed another level with no secrets. Performance grade F. It is a little bit overpowering, the peppermint. It's okay. There's another one that's like an apple cinnamon. That one's okay. It's, you know... I don't overall... I don't really think it's my kind of thing. I don't know why I'm even mentioning this, but it's kind of what I have right now. I saved the peppermint ones for last, and I'm out of all the other flavors, and now I just have peppermint bark water. Clearly I could be drinking anything else, but I've done this to myself. Oh, boss. Another opposing force weapon. Oh my god. Oh. That wasn't so bad. Huh. Yeah, they just give you so much damn ammo. And they're going for such like a Doom/Quake vibe that it's just shoot until you win. And it's not hard to do that. It's cool. I think hard mode would be better. Normal mode's a little too easy. But I get the concept, and I think it's neat. I think it could use a couple more bells and whistles. The artwork, however, is sick. I really like that. So, and yeah, and the trailer is all choppy. I don't know if it's on it's got to be on purpose, right? Like this is the gameplay trailer. Anyway, yeah, I felt like that was going to be a fun one to check out for a little bit. I'm glad I did, but I'm more excited for Half-Life Insecure and Half-Life maybe possibly also Diffusion. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up playing that, but I may. Definitely Insecure, maybe Fusion or Diffusion. I've heard mixed things about Half-Life Diffusion. We'll see. Half-Life Anxious. Half-Life anxiety. Half-Life midlife crisis. Oh, dude. Hmm.